Jose, good afternoon.
Hello.
Nice to see you. It's been cold here.
Nice time, eh?
Yes. It's lovely you were there for such a long time. How was it? How beneficial was it?
Very good. Facilities unbelievable. The Prince private facilities are better than any football club in the world. Unbelievable conditions to work. A nice weather, 3 days of training, really good. We develop things. People can think good to rest. Not really. We develop things that we cannot develop when we have no time to train together. So hopefully we can improve our level, because I really think was good. So we all happy, and we were lucky to play Monday, which give us this extra day now to be back, and tomorrow morning we are here again.
At the risk of upsetting you, I think you'll expect the question. Since we last saw you, Antonio Conte said a few things about you. I don't know if you want me to list them, I can, but...
No, I think when a person insults another, you can expect a response, or you can expect content silence. The first time he insulted me, I had a response that I know that touched the point where he really feels hurted. Then he insulted me for a second time, but now I change, and now contempt. And for me, contempt means end of the story.
Jose, there's been a lot of talk over the last 24, 48 hours about you potentially going for Alexis Sanchez during the January transfer window. You've said in the past that you're not interested in, or you don't think you will buy players. Do you think you will buy players? And is Alexis Sanchez a player you are interested in?
No, I don't think he's, I don't know, ethical or correct, or the word we can find to be speaking about players of other clubs. If somebody speaks of one of my players, to tell we are interested, we are not interested, this kind of thing, I wouldn't be very happy. Sanchez is an Arsenal player. I don't know, but probably this weekend he's going to defend Arsenal colours, so I don't think he's correct to say things about Alexis Sanchez. At the general level, what I can say is that I told you that myself and Manchester United board owners, we don't believe a lot in the January market. We don't believe in sign a player just to sign a player just to do something. We don't believe in that. What we believe really is that there are some players in football world, if you have a chance to sign them, it doesn't matter if it is in January, in March or in July, you have to try, and that's it. But in relation to Alexis Sanchez, I don't say a word. The only word I can say is the same word that everybody says. He's a phenomenal player. A part of that, Arsenal player, and I feel I shouldn't say much more than this.
Could you just tell me what the situation is with Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
Yeah, Zlatan is injured, or is not totally happy with this condition. He fought like a tiger, like he likes to say, to be back, which he did. He was starting having minutes here and there, and had a start and had 60 minutes of one game, and start another one and had 45, and he was not happy with his feelings, and he consulted other doctors and other opinions, and we all made the decision of stop treatment, and when feeling really good, come back to the work. And the date for him to be back to training with the team was around end of January, beginning of February. So let's hope his feelings are better, and we have him with us as soon as possible.
Okay. Jose, you mentioned that obviously you don't want to talk about players that are not your players at the moment in terms of maybe coming in, but what about potentially any players leaving in this window? Henrik obviously has been a name that's been mentioned, and also even Tuanzebe, loans, anything that you see happening that way?
You know, Tuanzebe is a very good player that is not having lots of possibilities to play here, but is our player and will be our player. No chance we give up on such a talented boy. But it's something that we are thinking about alone until the end of the season, yes or no. We are a bit afraid of injuries. We are a bit afraid of need him. We have Eric Bailly injured. We are not free of other injuries, so we are delaying the decision, and we are going to delay until the end of the transfer window. If we have to make a decision, we are going to make it in the end of the month, probably in the end of the month, if we have no fresh injuries, if we feel Eric Bailly is very close to be back or is already back, then probably would be good for Axel to go on a loan and to be back next season, because he's a player we like very much.
Okay, we'll have a question on the Stoke game. Jose, obviously Stoke are currently without a manager. First, were you surprised to see Mark Hughes go, and what are you expecting on Monday?
They have a manager.
Not Mark Hughes.
But they have a manager. I don't know, I was not inside, of course, but from the outside I think Ed is a guy with great qualities to do the job for them. He was always a loyal member of Mark Hughes' staff, like Mark Bowen, and they were always, I felt always they were very united, and they were a strong staff, a strong group. So Ed is just continuity. So I don't think for the players is a difficult situation. Probably they train the same way. Probably Ed thinks the same as Mark Hughes. Probably is about continuity and not about a dramatic change that sometimes is not good in this period of the season. So I think Ed has conditions to do the job, and the players will be together with him, and they are coming to give us a very difficult match, as they always do.
Interesting stuff there, the thoughts of Jose Mourinho. A reminder that the second half of that press conference has a 10:30 p.m. Saturday night embargo. Andy and I will be back to bring you that in full. But for now, let's discuss the main talking points from that section. Lots to go at in there. I mean, I'm sure many people at home are talking about Alexis Sanchez. The manager very careful not to talk specifically about Sanchez, saying it's not ethical to talk about players at other clubs. But interestingly, it did say when some players become available at any time, whether it's January, he said January, March, whenever in the summer, if some players become available, then you have to try. And people are obviously going to put two and two together, aren't they, on that one?
It'd be unethical to try and sign him in March, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it might be difficult to try and find him in March, but yeah.
listen, a player of his stature and his nature, you've got to be interested. There's no doubt about that the club are interested. I read in between the lines. It is unethical to